Namaste. Today I'm going to talk about the conflict between Israel and Palestine. Now, many people would expect me to give a prediction about Israel and Palestine. Now, it doesn't require anything much of a thing to tell. Now, Jupiter is going to make a transit now within the next 3 months into Pisces. Afterwards, the conflict will come down. The main problem is not the conflict I am going to come down, but the kind of problem what it has got aggravated. The point is, the same parallels can be seen with the LTTE Sri Lanka conflict, where the conflict ended in a bloodshed, but there are problems with that. First of all, you have to understand the conflict between nations are common, or between people is common. But this conflict has gone to days, weeks, months, years. Now, this conflict has been raging for days, months, weeks, years. The second thing is, number of people dying has increased from 1, it has come to 10, slowly it will reach hundreds, then thousands, in lakhs. This is what had happened in Sri Lanka. The other problem is, people who die, they die with lot of ill will, anger, hatred. They want to take revenge like that of Sikandi. So therefore, this revenge sequence is going to go on. So that is why this conflict is there. This conflict can be solved only with loving kindness. This conflict can be solved only with the Metta Sadhana. The main reason why this conflict can be solved with the loving kindness is, those who take sword shall perish by sword. Israel will be led into a conflict with all the Arab nation. You can make money, you can be successful, and yet you cannot be peaceful. That is the same with the Palestine. If they are going to hate the Israelis, if they want the decimation of the Israelis, they are not going to peacefully solve it. You have to look at the number of death which has happened with their people's life. So the first and the most important thing what these people have to do is, they have to close the death vortex which has opened in Jerusalem, West Bank, Gaza. These are areas where the great Jesus Christ had walked, but these are the areas the black vortex has opened up. Since the black vortex has opened up, there is bound to be lot of death, ill will, sickness, sorrow, pain and suffering in a people's life across. So please understand this thing very clearly, that the black vortex has opened up. So the main problem with all these people is, their religious leaders talk about revenge. Their religious leader talk about the decimation of Israel or decimation of Palestine. Now this is not going to work, because you have to make people forgive and do the loving kindness part of it. Now, for example, you take the Ram Janam Bhoomi. Now you can have a mosque, at the same time you can have a Ram temple. There is nothing to be worried about. But the problem is, people make a non-issue out of a conflict. That is, many people die, many people sacrifice their life, many people die with revenge, because people don't understand the power of forgiveness and love. That is why Jesus Christ was an embodiment of the great ideology of love, who talks about forgiveness, preached forgiveness in Gaza, West Bank and Palestine, which all these people have forgotten. So at one level, the rituals has to be initiated, where they close the black vortex which has opened up, the death vortex which has opened up, the vortex where it rotates on the anti-clockwise direction, where it will connect with the people's antakarna and pervert their mind. These people will all become Rudra, and they will kill people, mind people, they'll give the bali of the people. Now Israel is trying to counter the Palestine by giving bigger bali. You are trying to hit me by rockets, I am going to decimate your houses, I am going to decimate your people, your infrastructure, your organization. But that is not going to heal. It is going to get aggravated, it is going to get further aggravated, and it is not going to stop in a people's life. So do not waste the time in believing that all these souls will die without this memory. The memory of pain, the memory of conflict, the memory of revenge will keep occurring in a people's consciousness. So unless you work with the soul, unless you work with the religion, the idea of jihad has to be taken completely from the Muslim world, because many people die and misinterpret in the name of jihad. Ultimately, people think jihad means killing the kafirs, killing the non-believers, killing people who are against the thing. However much you talk, you need the evolution of Islam, you need the evolution of Jews, you need the evolution of Hinduism. The main problem is it is wrong to kill people. It is wrong to kill another person without any rhyme or reason. There is so much of bloodshed, so much of unhappiness, so much of curse, so much of misunderstanding with people, which can be solved by the practice of loving kindness. A lot of people should sit and chant Sarvesham Santir Bhavatu, Sarvesham Pushtir Bhavatu, Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu, Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Or they can chant the prayer of Francis of Assisi, Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is darkness, faith. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is doubt, faith. O Divine Master, grant me so much that I might not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be loved as to love, to be understood as to understand. So please understand, this particular thing has to be done by a lot of people. Their consciousness has to change. They don't need all this idea of caliphate, all this idea of establishing the Jewish dominance, and all that is not going to work, because if that was the order in the life, it could have been long been established. For every thesis there will be a counter thesis. What will win is love and understanding. People misunderstand in the name of religion, people misunderstand in the name of language, people misunderstand with everything. That is called, Patanjali calls it as vipraya. When the mind is vipraya, when the mind is filled with doubt, fear and confusion, it is not going to get healed. So therefore it is very important all these people develop a religious practice called loving kindness, where they tend to forgive. The best way Israel can come out of this trouble is this: they start doing punya in the Palestine. They start building hospital, they start building more and more education institution, they start giving water, food. There will be an element of resistance, there will be an element of difficulty as far as the Palestine to accept is concerned. But slowly all these people mind will change because of the punya which is done by the Israel. All the Arab nation, in the name of politics, in the name of what you call it as geopolitics and all that, is sponsoring nothing but killing and maiming of another human being. Instead of sending rockets of love, they can send rockets of peace. Instead of trying to use the latest technology, they can bring in peace with the sound waves which the humanity can experiment. Instead of trying to do the constructive process, these things are done. So first, the religious leader have to talk about forgiveness. Everybody should forgive each other, and also they should not seek revenge, and they can share that space. Now you have a multi-story buildings which are coming across. For example, you can build a 50-story building where half can be given to Jews and half can be used by the Palestine. There is nothing to worry about. But these are not the solutions which are not accepted, because the mind is vipraya. The mind is filled with fear, doubt and confusion because of the karma and because of the delusion of the fear. So the point is, the solution in Sri Lanka is not the solution where the LTT, all these guys will be reborn, they will seek revenge and they want something in their mind. So anyway, the whole world is an illusion. Everything is like a wave arising and a wave disappearing. So very important thing that you should develop is loving kindness, because that's a way forward. And we are going into a global community where we are going into one world, one government. So please understand, and it is a conflict between the heart and the mind, the past and the future. So that can be solved only with the practice of loving kindness. What is loving kindness is a video available. You can buy that video, or you can see the videos which are available on the net for free, which will help you a lot. May peace be with your family. May peace be with your words. May the peace be with your mind. May the peace be with everything in your life. So don't worry about it. What is required is peace, and for that you need prayer, for that you need meditation. Actually, my sister-in-law told me the devil works in my mind. That's why I spoke like that. That's exactly the evil forces, the negative forces, the black vortex works in your mind across. That's why people tend to give other people suffering. In the normal things, they don't do that across. So I request you to practice the loving kindness, and may we all bless Israel with peace, happiness and kindness, which will help them to have a better time in their life. So be it, so be it. So may all the Israel be filled with divine light and divine love. May the Palestine, West Bank, Gaza be filled with divine light and divine love. May many people life be helped. May they not fight. May they not maim and kill people. Let there be peace, let there be peace, let there be peace.